Number 10, recognize the main idea behind the Aufbau principle, Hund's rule, and the Pauli exclusion principle. So there's three basic rules that the electrons follow. And unless you draw an orbital diagram, I really can't tell if you know the rules or not. So that's why you have to draw at least one orbital diagram to be sure you know the three rules. But otherwise, usually, if you just draw the ground state or the noble gas configuration, we only know if you're obeying Aufbau's principle. I don't care if you know the name for each rule, but I want you to know what the three rules are, if that makes sense. So like the Aufbau principle, anybody remember what the rule or what the idea is with that one? Yeah, electrons fill lowest energy first. So they fill the lowest energy orbital available and then work their way up. Lowest energy orbitals first and then higher energy. So that's why we use the chart, because somebody else figured it out for us. Okay, we don't have to memorize it. We don't have to prove it. We just have to be able to use the chart. And the chart on the back, you just start at the bottom and work your way up. And I look at the left side so that, because sometimes the boxes are hard to tell which one's higher and which one's lower. So then Hund's rule and Pauli's rule, what are the other two rules? Anybody remember? Remember either of them? Yeah, what's the bus rule say? Yeah, because the P and the D and the F orbitals, there's more than one of them. So only the S orbital, you just go ahead and put 2 in. But when you get to the P and there's 3 boxes, or think of it as 3 bus seats, everybody gets 1 arrow, and then you start putting the second one in. So if you're not going to fill up all the P or all the D or all the F, everybody gets 1 at first. So that's Hund's rule. So this one's the bus rule. So every P, D, or F orbital let me change it. If a P, D, or F orbital is being filled, each orbital gets 1 electron before any orbital gets a second electron. And then what's the last rule? Why do you draw 1 arrow up and 1 arrow down? She'll spin. Because something can spin this way or can spin this way. So you can think of it as top spin or bottom spin. But there's only 2 ways something can spin, just like there's only 2 charges. It's positive or it's negative. So left and right, top and bottom, clockwise and counterclockwise, however you want to think of the spin. But electrons have spin. But only electrons with the opposite spin can share an orbital. So we show that with up and down arrows.